Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Joby, and today we're going to look at tuners, and I'm going to try to show you a couple tips and tricks with your guitar tuner. This is basically because my friend Eric had asked me about this little number right there. Do you see that little number? I kind of knocked the tuner out of the way. That little number right there, and asked me what that means. Basically, that means that this tuner is set to tune your A string on your guitar to 440 hertz. That is what is considered concert pitch, and that is the A note right above middle C on a piano. So basically that's it, Eric. That's all that 440 means. That means your A string is being tuned to 440 hertz, and the other pitches on your guitar are being referenced to that. You can calibrate that on some tuners with these little buttons here. Like some people that play like Baroque music and such would tune to like 435. Some people believe that the original, I think it's 432, that was the original concert pitch. Not 100% sure on that. Generally, everybody you're ever going to play with modern music is going to tune A440. So that is what that means. That is how you use your calibration buttons. Alright, let's go look at my electronic tuner now. Okay, you guys, what we're looking at here is my Boss TU3 chromatic tuner. The Boss tuner is as close as you're going to find to an industry standard pedal board tuner. Essentially, everybody either has or has had one of these, and it's a great tuner. And honestly, it's such a part of my tone at this point, I can't imagine playing without it. And I later learned that that was because these tuners have a buffer built in, and that buffer restores your original guitar tone if you have a long cable run. And I really can't live without it at this point. I know there's other buffers, but the way that the Boss one sounds just suits me. So anyway, I wanted to show you a couple things on this real quick. Right here you have a mode button. I'm in chromatic, and I recommend that you stay in chromatic. And that just means that you're tuning to the actual notes on your guitar. And if you're curious, yes, I do tune from the high strings down to the low. I think that that's a really good tuning tip because it changes the neck less as you go along with the tension. So start at your high E string instead of your low E string, and then go to your B, so on and so forth. We can also go down a half step or a whole step. You can go to guitar mode. Basically, it's the same thing, except for it shows your strings as numbers instead of notes, which drives me crazy. So my high E is a 1, my B is a 2, G is a 3, and you can go down a half step from there. And the numbers stay the same. So even if I'm set to tune down a half step from standard, the numbers in guitar mode stay the same. Full step, step and a half, 2 steps, 2.5, 3, that is solo. There's also bass guitar mode on these tuners, and you have a half step, a full step, and a step and a half down from bass guitar mode. Like I said though, I do recommend just staying in chromatic because that's really musician speak. Musicians don't speak in numbers, they speak in notes. But also, I wanted to show you, you also can change between stream and scent. Stream is like a strobe tuner, which in general is more precise and is considered to be a professional guitar tuner. I prefer scent mode. I just like to see how far I'm off and adjust. But here's a neat little trick that not a lot of people know about these tuners. If you hold down the stream scent button, excuse me, I just moved the whole dang tuner. If you hold it down, you can change the brightness of the LED. You basically only have 2 steps, like standard and brighter, but you can change the brightness of the LED on the Boss. Back to the mode button for a minute. Really make sure that you're on chromatic, because this has caused me problems recently. The guitar player in the band that I'm playing keyboard for accidentally had his tuner set down a half step, and we literally thought the keyboard I was playing was broke. It's an old keyboard, and I was like, I'm a half step off. I don't get it. And then we tried a different keyboard the next week, and it was a brand new keyboard that was 100% known to be good, and it was still a half step off. And that's when it occurred to me. I was like, dude, your tuner is not set correctly. You do not have it set to chromatic. You have it sit down a half step. And sure enough, he did. So pay attention, make sure that that is set correctly, and you will stay in tune. That's it for now, guys. Peace. Take it easy.